To be honest with you, man, she a bad thing, fun as heck, thick as... Okay, greetings, Taurus, all placements. It's funny because while I was channeling that song, what came through, I like mixed it with coda. So I was channeling, I was like, to be honest with you, man, she a bad thing, fun as, thick as, low-key, shoddy, mad woke, that's the shit we on, looking natural, self-love, it's a good thing, smell like aloe, cocoa butter, and some good day. Okay, so, God, and I can't even think of what song that was by Coda, because I'm just channeling right now. So those two songs are coming through. Isn't the first one Caroline? Maybe about the Carolinas. I don't know, someone initial could start with C. Someone could know Caroline. But I also was getting for you guys, shout out to my partner, Mango Angelo. If you look him up on Apple Music, there's a song Runaway, and at the beginning it's him with some of his friends, but he's the one at the beginning. He's like, I can't, right now I kind of want to run away. So some of my Taurans, you could want to run away. Some of my Taurans, you are running away in escapism by using things, extracurriculars. Lay off the extracurriculars. I think for a lot of my Taurans it's psychedelics, which I'm not dogging those. To be totally transparent, I've had experience with those in the past in safe circumstances. Haven't done any of that in a really long time. And at the same time, I do believe that because I was very intentional about, certain things, it provided me the healing and the awakening and the level of self-awareness that I needed. And rather than it being a crutch or something that I just did all the time, like one of my ex-partners who introduced me to that realm of things. Some people here just get obsessed with living in that altered state of mind. And then they lose total scope of reality. And then they think that they always need to be using, like, plants exist to awaken us and as medicine. But medicine is not meant to be lived on at all. Because if you are living on it, first of all, we take medicine because we're sick. And then you take the medicine and you get better. So, I think also why people have such a negative connotation about, extracurricular activities is because, well, A, it does alter the state of mind. It does take you apart from the human, matrix reality. But people really lose themselves. They become lazy. They stop becoming as clear-sighted, clear-minded. They stop being as tenacious, as focused, as disciplined. They step away from their passions. I think of, which is also kind of funny, because when I was younger, I was like the most straight edge, like I didn't drink at all before I was 21. And even when I did turn 21, I really didn't drink that much. I'm actually pretty reactive to alcohol. Like one drink will make me completely just, it just doesn't agree with me. I've never liked it. Plus, it's literally called spirits for a reason. And being someone who reads energy, like I don't like to put spirits in my body. Very occasionally, like very randomly. I'd say like once every other month or something. There's one breakfast place that they make a coffee cocktail that I enjoy. And sometimes for holidays with my family, I would engage in a nice cocktail or something. But the last, actually, literally, we had sparkling grape juice for Easter with my family and Christmas. Like I haven't had alcohol for any of the holidays. Anyway, long story short, Taurus, I'm reading for someone who is, they used something, it was good medicine, and now someone is abusing that substance, okay? So, and people can tell, because people can tell someone is just kind of falling off. They're not as focused, they're not as present, their work is a little, less potent. If they're an artist, there's like a lethargy in their craft, or there's like a lack of inspiration, a lack of creativity, and it's obvious. It is very obvious to some people. So some of my Taurans, it's like, if you can't run away from something and you still have your responsibilities, you can be running away in a substance, but it's obvious to some of the people around you. Now, this can also be for some of my Taurans, like with intimacy. This can be like veering away from eye contact, always turning the lights out before you get intimate. There's something here, in work, it can be like, all right, I'm channeling this for someone, but someone here could put some Baileys or Kahlua or something in their coffee in the morning. Someone here can kind of drink on the job, or, micro on the job or something, or, hit the whatever at lunchtime. And, there was a time when I was dating the person who introduced me to that lifestyle that I'd be like, oh, it's harmless if it's in small increments. But now that I've been clear-minded for quite some time, and I can really look back on like fully sober me before I ever tried anything, me when I just tried a couple things, and then me now in that clear state of mind. It's like, oh no, that there's like an obvious, I mean, I can see it in my energy, but even if people can't pinpoint that that's what exactly it is, people can still feel something off, or like there's an entity in someone's energy, because every, you know, plant medicine or substance carries an energy and an entity within it. It opens up a different energetic realm. And different spirits are within that. So, you know, there's a Taurus here that is really teetering on the brink of something. When I say brink, I think of skating. We actually just watched that skate movie because my boo thang, he a real good skater. So someone here could be a skater boy. Someone here could be saying, see you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. Now she's a now is playing on his, I don't know. Maybe that song, something about the skater boy, skater girl. Could be dealing with an Aries or a Gemini. Someone here, though, can also, again, be really good at fooling people. Like, they can seem like they're sober even though they're wasted at the firm. Even though, you know, they're doing something on the job. So, Taurus, definitely be careful because someone can get caught. Hanged Man is a traitor. He is someone who gets caught, definitely in the work sector. And we have the Seven of Swords. So, for some of my Taurans, if you want to run away, it seems like things are piling up. You're trying to escape your relationship, but you feel like you can't leave it. You're trying to escape your job. You feel like you can't leave it. Please, if you need serious help, please get it. You know, the first rule of any sort of issue or overindulgence of anything is admittance. And admitting it first to ourselves, but then being able to admit it and talk to a safe person about it. For a lot of my Taurans, it does seem like the environment itself is just not conducive to sobriety. And I hate saying sobriety because some people are like, oh, that's so what. But yeah, for some of my Taurans, you know, if you feel called to that, do it. You know, I've definitely been fully engulfed in sobriety at times, and now I'm in this place where I'm like, you know, if I really feel called to enjoy a drink socially or something, I may. But even the last 2 times that I went out dancing, I didn't. You know, the last time I did going out dancing was like in September or October. Red Bull and vodka, by the way, would be my dancing drink, but just one. And even then, I don't know, I hardly finished it. So it just doesn't work with me. Yeah, Taurus, something is, when it's over, that's when you fall in love again. Someone here can also be overworking and overdoing things to try and pacify that they love someone and it's dead, done, over with, but the truth remains, you're gone. Someone is gone. Someone feels stuck. Someone, they're like, man, the passion, your sex is on fire with the 2 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Someone was like, man, that was the relationship of my dreams with the 4 of Wands. They're very disappointed. Someone feels like they're never going to experience intimacy like that again. This can also be why someone is, again, utilizing forms of escapism. The moon can be overindulging in substances because they see someone as a star. You know, Emperor and Empress, highest couple in the Taurus, someone's like, man, that was my person. That was my twin. That was my be-all, end-all soulmate. And this is my truth. But there's chaos with this person. Things will never go back to the way they were. They don't look at me like the Empress energy. Like someone's energy has gone stone cold, Queen of Swords energy. And this Emperor, you know, is like, well, please let me stand up and be in the Emperor energy. And she's like, no, that switch got turned off a long time ago. I'm Queen of Swords to you forever from now on. I'm only Empress energy for somebody new. So it's like someone is never going to get the version of someone that they got previously. Because someone could have been found out to be a Casanova, a lover boy. Someone could have cheated, or if they didn't physically, then they definitely entertained and flirted with others. Someone here could have had a work wife or work hubby with the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles, you know, just to make the day go by a little easier. But things got a little out of hand and someone kept secrets. Someone got away with those secrets and it's, you know, rearing its ugly head, and someone, I don't know, something is biting someone in the butt and now they're stressed about it. But yeah, Taurus, there's a big emphasis on wanting to run away and escapism through substances and utilizing that. So I just want to say, please seek professional help. And if you are someone who feels like someone around you is doing that, you know, if you ask them outright, they're probably going to lie to you. But just being supportive and asking that person supportive questions and being present with them will do more than you know. So please do that. Bless you.